My dear friends, my name is Jacob Fiveash, and welcome to Uncaged Zoo Tours. If you are new to the channel and love animals, I recommend and appreciate you hitting the like, subscribe, and bell icons to join me on my tours. Today, we're heading back to Texas for our first look at the Houston Zoo, which is home to over 6,000 animals. Gorillas in the African forest, vultures in birds of the world, penguins in the Galapagos Islands, and a lot of Asian elephants at the Asian Elephant Habitat. We'll be starting our journey at the Houston Zoo with one of my favorite exhibits. South America's Pantanal opened on October 20th, 2020, and is themed to the Pantanal, the world's largest tropical wetland. We'll see some animals that I haven't talked about yet, along with some that will brighten your day. Let's begin. South America's Pantanal is located between the Bug House and Texas wetlands. Our first exhibit contains black howler monkeys, who rotate with golden lion tamarins and agoutis. Howler monkeys are named after their calls, which sound more like roaring than howling. Howler monkeys howl to announce their presence and to avoid conflict with other monkeys. When we visit the lead jungle at the Henry Dorley Zoo, we'll get to see that howling in action. The next animal is a lot quieter than howler monkeys. Meet Florence, the green anaconda. She is named after the project manager who helped build the Pantanal and is known to swallow her food while underwater. Due to Florence's feisty behavior and size, the zoo has two keepers to keep her occupied during cleaning and feeding. Adult anacondas can be up to 30 feet long, which is as long as a telephone pole. While female anacondas have few predators, males and juveniles are very vulnerable. The anaconda escapes from predators by burrowing into the mud or retreating to the water. Then the snake coils into a ball to protect their head and prepare to strike. There's no documented evidence that an anaconda may eat a human. Across from the anaconda are some giant otters. Say hello to Marley, Ken, and Maroon. Giant otters can reach up to 5 feet long, but did you know that otters are related to weasels? Otters, weasels, badgers, and wolverines are all part of a group of animals called mustelids, the largest group of mammals in the carnivora order, a group of mammals that also consists of binturongs, tigers, wolves, walruses, etc. Unlike the anaconda, giant otter families live together for their entire lives. Because of their size, giant otters can work together to take down a hungry caiman when it's trying to eat their pups. Next to the giant otters is a tank filled with fish and turtles, along with stingrays. But wait a minute, stingrays live in oceans, not rivers or rainforests, right? Well, some species of stingrays, like this white-spotted river stingray, live in rivers, but mainly in the Amazon River. Some species also live in Africa, Asia, and Australia. Unlike their ocean cousins, river stingrays prefer to eat small invertebrates, fish, snails, and crustaceans. Their stinger is also barbed and laced with venom, and the barbs are constantly shed and replaced. While it's shedding a barb, the stingray may have two stingers at once. The next two exhibits contain poison dart frogs and an emerald tree boa, followed by our first blue-throated macaws. Unlike other species of macaws, blue-throated macaws don't live in large flocks. Their flocks contain 10 or fewer members. These birds are endangered due to the pet trade and deforestation. But on a lighter note, blue-throated macaws are also known as Barbara azul, which means bluebeard in Spanish. When a macaw chooses a mate, the two birds will touch their wings together when they fly and will stay together for life. Macaws are one of my favorite birds, but one of the main stars of the Pantanal are the jaguars. There are 36 species of big cats in the world, and the jaguar is the third largest big cat. In fact, the zoo just welcomed a jaguar cub named Rojo, who was born on November 6th, 2024. According to the keepers, Rojo has the same personality as his dad Tesoro, being very curious about the world around him. While jaguars are solitary in the wild, males and females will stay together for a few weeks during mating season. After 100 days, a jaguar will give birth to 1 to 4 cubs. Jaguar cubs will stay with their mom for 2 years before they become independent. Unlike leopards, jaguars have rosettes, which is a pattern of spots on top of circular spots. Jaguars have the strongest bite of any cat, with a bite of 1,500 pounds, and their bite is so strong that it can crush a caiman's skull. They're also the only big cat that loves to eat reptiles. Following the jaguars are some very relaxed capybaras, but there are 2 exhibits for them, one for themselves and the other where they live with other animals. In fact, I got to see some of the capybaras wrestle in the water. A capybara may hold its breath for up to 5 minutes, and has webbed feet like a duck or platypus. 75% of a capybara's diet is only 3 to 6 types of plants. Like hippos, capybaras have eyes and ears on the top of their heads for breathing when surfacing. Capybaras can even sleep underwater while they keep their noses above the surface. The second capybara exhibit also has crested screamers, along with a Baird's tapir. The Baird's tapir is the largest mammal in Central America and is the national mammal of Belize. Like capybaras, tapirs love to swim, and I even got to see one in the water. However, tapirs use their snouts as a snorkel, like how an elephant uses its trunk for the same reason. Then there's the giant anteater, who uses their claws to dig into termite mounds and defend themselves from predators. Giant anteaters roam for miles looking for ants, but crossing highways puts them at risk of getting hit by cars or trucks. The Houston Zoo is supporting researchers who use tracking devices to figure out where giant anteaters are in the wild. With this knowledge, people can make plans for animals to safely cross busy roads. Next up are some greater rheas, the ostriches of South America. Unlike their ostrich cousins, rheas are a little shorter and have 3 toes on their feet instead of 2. In all my travels, I have never been this close to a rhea. Rheas have long feathers for a flightless bird. They will use their feathers for balancing when running. After the female lays her eggs, the male rhea will incubate the eggs and take care of the chicks after they hatch. Speaking of birds, the final 2 exhibits. However, tapirs use their snouts as a snorkel, like how an elephant uses its trunk for the same reason. Jacana. Jacanas are a group of colorful water birds that have long legs and toes to help them walk on lily pads, and it looks like they can walk on water like a basilisk lizard. When predators are nearby, jacanas may hide underwater with only their beaks above the surface. There are 8 species of jacana living in wetlands in the Americas, Africa, Asia, and Australia. The final exhibit is the Savannah Aviary, home to our first green oropendolas. Their nests look like woven baskets that are up to 5 feet long and up to 100 feet off the ground. It's great protection for predators, but it's not easy for keepers to spot. Adult green oropendolas have a beak with an orange tip, but males are bigger than females. Unlike other birds, male oropendolas will defend their nests. Green oropendolas often follow red caracaras, a bird that loves to eat wasps. While the caracaras eat wasps, the oropendolas will eat the nearby fruit, so that the wasps don't come to sting them. And that wraps up our first tour of the Houston Zoo. South America's Pantanal is one of my favorite exhibits because it showcases an area of South America that isn't often featured in other zoos. When we return to Houston, we'll see an exhibit that closed down, Carruth Natural Encounters, where we'll see meerkats, lungfish, moon jellies, otters, clownfish, and a bunch of ambassador animals. Today's question is, if you got to name a baby animal at a zoo or aquarium, what would you name it and why? Thank you for watching my videos, and I'll see you next time. You're smart, creative, and kind.